Ready for a different kind of happy hour? What if you could enjoy your night without waking up to a pounding hangover? More and more adults are discovering Rebel Rabbit THC drinks, a refreshing alternative for those looking to skip the next morning regret that often comes with alcohol. So leave the headaches behind and give your liver a break by choosing an alcohol-free option instead. And now there's even more reason to stop by. Visit Inlet Dispensary on the Murrells Inlet Marsh Walk directly across from the Claw House. And when you purchase any Rebel Rabbit drink, you'll receive a free Microphone Monkeys collector pin while supplies last. And don't miss the brand new Rocket Pop flavor. It's the nostalgic taste of summer with a Rebel Rabbit twist. Whether you're hanging out with friends, relaxing after work, or enjoying the Grand Strand, make the switch and see what everybody's talking about.
Rebel Rabbit THC drinks. Less of what you don't want, more of what you do.
Graham keeps the beat slow. Two shadows on the sand watching the town show. They say behavior's excuse if the culture waves high, but broken windows stay broken while the dog fly. Lying mouths on TV promise clean hands and gold bands. Meanwhile Texas pile like driftwood on the Grand Strand. Letters from the city tell us what we can and can't do. Zoning lines, permit signs, take another cut from you. We feel the tide pulling laws marching like drums. Free speech muffled by fear in the county's thumbs. Conversations turn to courtroom fights on the pier. Every rule another brick in the house of fear. Tripp and Graham have issues. The ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues. They don't know what it's about. Waves keep coming, but the questions never end. Tripp and Graham have
And welcome to another
issues.
edition of Tripp and Graham Have Issues. And boy, do we have them today. Graham, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How have you been?
I have been in a world of tumult. I've been here in North Georgia, absolutely spinning like a twirling dervish, trying to help out my family with, the anniversary, which was very successful celebration of my parents' 70th. And now I am getting their home ready for the invasion of my 20-year-old nephew, who's going to be moving out of his apartment at KSU, but still attending KSU and living in their basement. So we've had fun trying to get all those things coordinated and taken care of. So my knee is a wreck. I've been having constant headache, but other than that, I can't wait to get home.
Oh, that's all?
That's all. That's all. How about yourself, my friend?
Yeah, doing okay.
Yeah? Holding Myrtle Beach
I don't
down?
have any story like that, but
oh, come on.
I'm doing okay.
All right. Well, I know your phone is always ringing off the hook. You're always having to be in connection with somebody. So I know you've got more action going on beyond what the stories are in today's episode, and I get that. You're a private person. Yeah.
I'm very private.
Very private.
That's my thing. I don't have social media or anything like that. I just like to keep to myself.
That's right. That's right. Nobody can see videos of you on the social media.
Or anything I post. Or wait a second, I don't post.
Oh, that's right. Well, we just had some interesting, we had Microphone Monkeys was recorded, and then we had an interesting thing from Conversations with the Hoff involving flock cameras, and our topic is get the flock out of here. So we've been going and ripping and roaring through this couple hours. So what has been a particular issue for you today that you want to bring up?
Well, the flock cameras for sure, which we talked about on the last one. Yeah. But I'd like to bring up the more current, these Baltimore dirt bike protests. Have you heard about this?
I have not. Let's fill me in.
It's, again, I get I get it. I'm talking about race again, but there are black people saying that they should not arrest people on dirt bikes, only give them a ticket. It's like, well, wait a second. You guys are the ones on dirt bikes, doing wheelies all through the streets and blocking traffic. But now you're protesting and saying they shouldn't arrest people who do that.
Yeah.
And it's just more, to me, it's just more black fatigue. We're going to get more and more fatigued with these black people who are just making up excuses for why we shouldn't do that. And they actually did. They marched through the streets. There was a guy who organized it, had a bullhorn saying, I forget what their slogan was, but it was basically saying, don't arrest, just give us a ticket.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what have you ever thought about this? What if you don't do wheelies and block traffic? Then you won't get a ticket. You won't even get a ticket.
Yeah.
And
that would take a lot of just being reasonable.
Well, that's something that a lot of the black community doesn't have, is this reason ability. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a whole thing. They're fighting this, especially in Baltimore for some reason, which it kind of makes sense because Baltimore is mostly black anymore. There's a whole lot of crime problems there, and people don't want to live there anymore. But it's just, that's the newest thing they have is, don't take us to jail for riding dirt bikes. Well, excuse me, no one's taking you to jail for riding a dirt bike.
Yeah.
They're taking you to jail for doing wheelies and blocking traffic.
Yeah, for specific violations they're taking you to jail for. That's right.
Yeah, which is right, and they want to change the code. It's just I'm not saying all black people, but a lot of black people are just this stupid.
Oh yeah.
You see this with the Nolan Wells case. I was just on Facebook earlier looking at people talking about Nolan Wells, and they said justice for Nolan Wells. I said, what do you want him to do? Arrest the water? And they come back and said, you're retarded. You're a piece of shit. You're a racist. I was like, well, wait a second. And one girl even said, we want them arrested because these white boys threw him over the boat. And
oh, Lordy.
I'm like, if you're not going to deal with reality and you're not going to deal with facts, then I don't know what to say to you. But they keep doing it, and because they're black, especially women, black women, they're going to be allowed to say it, and it's just going to go off. It's just going to be allowed. Hear me saying anything against it, I'm a racist white Christian male who's just a racist all the time.
That goes to be seen. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's so goofy.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. Oh.
So my next one is Muslims in Europe.
Muslims in Europe.
Yeah, that's my next thing. There was a guy who ran through a gay pride march.
Yeah. Drove
his car through them. And there were people saying that I hope he's just a white Christian. And this, I'm not kidding. This was on TikTok and Instagram Reels. I hope he's a white Christian male. Even one of the event organizers was on the microphone and said, I hope this happened. This was a white Christian male.
And of course it wasn't.
Okay, and of course it wasn't.
Yeah.
So they're all sad about it. They're real sad, and even the mayor of Berlin came out and said, let's not jump to conclusion because he's making what do you call it? Statements that don't make sense.
Oh yeah.
Incoherent statements.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what Muslims do. They make incoherent statements like, hey, let's fly these planes into that building over there.
Yeah. Well, the popularity in Germany of the ADF and all these other more conservative, I wouldn't call them right wing, I would just call them normal uprising of the populaces that's happening in France, that already is happening in Great Britain. It's happening in Germany now. It's spreading all over the place. The leftists that had brought these people in are just absolutely getting obliterated at the polls, and they have more and more. Like in Spain, I guess they just passed a bunch of anti-Muslim laws and ordinances about gathering out in public for prayer, to proselytize on the streets, burqa laws where they're like in Scandinavia, they're outlawing burqas and things like that to make these people not necessarily uncomfortable, but to force them to accept that they either have to adapt to the culture or get out.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to hear that. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
And speaking of Paris, did you see Marine Le Pen has just been allowed to run again?
Yes. Yeah, the courts said that all of the charges and everything else were pretty much bogus, and that there was nothing that should allow her not to run. And that's been all over Europe. They've been trying to ban and do kind of the same playbook they were doing to Trump here in the United States, trying to stomp out the populist movement. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Same thing here.
Yeah, I mean it's just it's crazy, but we've seen it. We've seen this kind of stuff happen even on the local level through years, being in North Carolina or South Carolina, where if there's an unpopular candidate from the establishment, they'll trump up charges on them for drunk driving or some sort of driving incident or taxes or regulations that they'll trump up in their businesses or their homes. Any kind of type of harassment to get them off the ticket and to cost them money and time and everything else is how dare you go up against the establishment.
And here's the thing. Do you see that ever happening with the right or the libertarian right? Do you see any of us doing that?
No. I mean,
nope.
No.
Never happens.
Yeah, except I'll take there has been a little bit of schadenfreude on our side when it comes to when cancellation has happened to the people on the left, but it's usually because of people on the left. They're canceling each other. And there's a little bit of joy in that. And you'll see a lot of posting and stuff, kind of schadenfreude posting, as I call it, where people kind of celebrate when the unintended consequences of people doing boneheaded things ends up having them land in jail or having to pay fines or, things like that. Like the crazy left-wing woman who almost ran over a right-wing protester, and then she threw her finger up, and then she crashed her car into another car in front of her. You just have to. That's
Schadenfreude.
That's Schadenfreude right there. Yeah, I mean it's just, yeah. But I don't see like you're saying. I don't see us going out of our way to do that. Now, they decry that happens. So for instance, when they had the investigations going on for the wife and the governor of California and their pay-to-play practices. He went out and said, this is just the Trump administration and they're going after me and blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, this investigation came during the Biden administration. Yeah. And it wasn't even the Trump administration that put because Trump was afraid that he was going to run for president. I'm like, one, Trump's not going to be running next time anyway, so why would he be afraid? Didn't make sense. Yeah. I was trying to think.
Well, because they think that he's going to take office and never let it go.
And then now you've got people crying because Fauci was brought up, before Congress and, took the fifth 111 times or more. Wouldn't even answer a question like what color is the floor or what color is the tie I'm wearing. and his attorney got kicked out. And they're like, oh, they're prosecuting him all over again. No.
Unbelievable.
He has never been called to task on anything. And he had a Biden, what do they call that? Where he can't be prosecuted. Pardon, thank you. From everything that he did from 2014 till 2026. So they brought out, is it because they picked that date, 2014, because you started, this research funding in China? And of course, he didn't answer the question, but that begs to be a huge question. Now, the reason people are like, well, there's no reason for him not to take, or for him to take the fifth because he's got the pardon. Yeah, he's got a pardon for all the things he did wrong during that time. However, if he is found to commit perjury now, he can be charged for perjury. That's why he chose to take the fifth, because
well, the other thing too is they can do that, but there's the other thing, it's states' rights. Like James Fishback in Florida, he said that if he gets in as government or governor, he's going to charge Fauci, and states can do that, and then the pardon doesn't matter.
Right.
But Fauci's going to come back and say probably supremacy clause, saying I have the federal government, but I was a government official at the time. Supremacy clause.
Right.
Now, my thing is, okay, Republicans, at least try it. At least do something while you're there. At least try it.
Yeah, because if they
even if we don't win, at least show that you have the balls to do something that we put you in there for.
Right, because if they do get him into a state court, the attorneys can ask all the people around him questions, and many of them will not be able to take the fifth because it will not incriminate them directly. It could incriminate him, but not them. You can't. It's good. I can't say I'm going to take the fifth because it's something that could incriminate Graham. Otherwise, I would never be able to speak another word again in my life. So, So,
that could be seen as, oh, well, you're talking about Graham there? Yeah.
So, yeah.
It could be seen that way.
Allegedly, yeah. So,
allegedly. That's a good thing.
That's But again, in South Carolina politics, oh my God! And then I still don't understand in what world our Mark McBride thinks that he has any kind of push for his candidacy for the Senate, for Graham's seat. I'm
not sure either, and I don't blame him for running. Like, you can run if you want, that's fine.
I mean, that's fine. Anybody can, but
but the way it's to me, it's not so. And I guess I take this kind of personally. To me, it's not so much that he has bad policies or anything like this. It's the way he treats people.
Yeah.
When you want them, you need something from them, then you're like best buds, and then when you're done, and you know this because I've told you about this.
Yeah.
Then you're like, can't find them, won't respond to phone calls, won't respond to text messages. Like, if you're going to run for Senate, you better be able to respond to phone calls from your constituency.
Yeah. Because if he thinks he's
not going to win.
No, because not only is he pissed off important people, but he has pissed off who he thinks is unimportant but is actually relevant to his running. So it just seems real strange. But it also seems strange that how he went about doing this. And it just and he wouldn't respond too when I was asking him, direct questions of what's the difference between your candidacy and Dr. Whitener, who's running as libertarian. Would be, is there a specific difference in the two of you as to why people should vote for you, as opposed to, well, I have a red R on my forehead or something. I didn't get any kind of response, nothing. And I really don't understand his policy points.
Well, see, I haven't even looked into his policy points because I assumed he was a good Republican, which apparently he used to be.
Yeah.
But he's kind of going the way I think of Tucker Carlson. I guess he's just kind of going downhill. He doesn't. I guess he's going off conspiracy theories. I'm not sure, but I'm not disparaging the guy. I'm not trying to say this on this cast that he's you can vote for whoever you like.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not saying that. These are my personal feelings. I just feel like he's kind of going that same way, and I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it was a loss to Mark Crua. I don't know what it is, but it's just. But like you said, he's got to be able to respond to people who are asking him questions, and if you can't do that, then you're not going to. Even just that alone, forget policy.
Yeah.
If you can't talk to the people who are voting for you or could be voting for you, you're not going to win.
Well, and it's so funny because it's like he says, or tries to make this claim like he is a grassroots type of candidate, and yet he ignores us blades of grass. I mean,
he ignores the grass. Exactly right.
Yeah, it just doesn't connect with me anyway, and obviously with you either. So I wish him the best, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Plus, his policies seem so vague. So I guess if you don't bring something special to the table, I don't want to eat. So yeah, it's crazy.
And speaking of policy, I think because this, especially when he ran, this was in the height of these, teen takeovers and downtown Myrtle Beach. Well, by the way, credit to Mark Crua, you don't see this as much, but I think this was in the height of all the stuff that was happening, and a lot of people were saying, "Yeah, we want McBride back because he clamped down on crime," the same way that Giuliani did in New York.
Right.
I think at least.
Yeah.
But at this point, you don't have that anymore. You can't run on that. It's not so, especially if you're running for Senate, you can't campaign on those same things for a federal office that you can do in a local thing. So my point was, I think that he would have been a good mayor for Myrtle Beach again, but he's not good for a federal, place like a Senate seat.
Yeah. Yeah. It just seems foreign to me that he even puts himself out there. And plus, nobody knows outside of Horry County. Nobody knows who he is in the state of South Carolina. Yeah. So that's the
other thing.
Yeah. So.
And again, it goes back to if you can't answer questions, like he should be all over. Right now, he should be all over social media. He should be on TikTok. He should be on Instagram Reels. He should be on YouTube. He should be everywhere, that especially young people, because young, dumb people are voting now.
Yeah.
It's sad for me and you, but that's who's voting. And he should be all over these places, getting his word out if he wants to do this, but he's not doing it. And he's not going to win for even if he had the best policies.
Yeah.
If no one hears them, what's the point?
Right. And the other thing, too, I was going to talk to you about is, Myrtle Beach changed out their chief of police very quietly. Now, you know who our former chief of police was. She was a
dumb lady.
Yeah, I can't even think of her name. Anyway, and now we've got a fellow by the name of Chris Smith. Who
is he? The permanent chief of police or the fill-in?
Well, that's a good question. He's been appointed, so I think he's the fill-in.
By the way, it was Amy Prock.
That's right. Yeah, she was a Prock.
Amy Crock.
Yeah.
I like it.
And and So this is, I mean, it's just, these are types of things should be glaring headlines and everybody should know and everything else. No, this was done, again, in the back rooms, behind the curtains, and everything else. And
well, wait a second. Didn't the city of Myrtle Beach have a whole meeting that they wanted to ask people who should be the next chief, and we want to figure this out? The city of Myrtle Beach put that on?
Well, I think as late as this month, they have 4 finalists announced for the permanent role, and a final selection is expected to come up in the coming weeks. But yeah, and I don't even know who the 4 finalists are. So this chief is just
the fill-in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, why did she? Does anybody have any real reason why all of a sudden when Mayor Buffoon was ousted, that Amy Prock felt that she had to go out the back door?
Yeah, retire at the exact same moment.
Yeah. I mean,
I could set my watch to it with that. How that happened.
I mean, I'm not Spider-Man, but my Spidey senses went off. It's just like, come on. That there are no coincidences in life, and this is just another issue that I am having with the cloak that covers the governance of Myrtle Beach, of where we live.
Yeah.
And it just it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. It drives me to drink, and when I drink Rebel Rabbit. Because I don't want to damage my liver and I don't want a hangover. So
that's a good choice. By the way, you didn't offer me one of those with the last live podcast we did. You didn't offer me one.
Okay, I'll make sure that we get you offered. Yeah.
Will's a jerk.
I am.
Tripp's a jerk.
I am, but I also do like to spread the wonderful beverage of Rebel Rabbit to all my friends. So he will.
You're still doing an ad. Can you stop doing an ad read?
Cha-ching.
Another ad read from Tripp. Yeah, but what I was going to say about this too, with talking about the police chief, they asked the city of Myrtle Beach who should be the police chief. My thing is, why are you asking us? Why don't you find a police chief who has some meritocracy about them, who is a good police chief? Why are you asking us? Most day-to-day people in the city of Myrtle Beach don't think about who's going to be the next police chief. We don't know anything about them. Why are you asking us, the city of Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
Find your best candidate. Why? And it almost makes them sound feckless and just kind of like they don't know what they're doing. We have to ask the people. Well, you ask the people on certain points, but you don't ask us for anything else. You don't ask us what we think of downtown parking.
No.
You don't ask us why you put in a parking meters, which they did year round now. You don't ask us about this, but you want to ask us who the next police chief should be.
Well,
that's you guys.
They'll ask us to do something temporarily. They'll put in permanently.
Yeah.
Ignore the sunset clause and just keep it going on forever. It's. I mean, you and I both know that there are cities throughout this country that are the same size that may even have of what I call flexing population because of some sort of tourism throughout this country. And I mean, off the top of my head, I could think of places like the Lake Geneva area of Wisconsin. Summertime, they're balloon up to impossible populations, and then the Chicagoans go back as soon as the temperature goes down. You can get a tough, cranky old police chief that's used to that type of work, where he has to, schedule his officers, make sure that he's got coverage, and all this kind of stuff, and is tough on crime. Won't take any guff from from anybody, you can get these guys, and you probably can get them for a song because they will be like, you know what, you'll offer me the same amount or maybe even a little less than I was making, but I will come down there just so I can thaw out. But they're not even looking. And of course, their other thing, well, we don't want some Yankee coming down here. So, yeah.
Well, that's me. You just said that in my voice. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, half the force now that we've got are, every time I talk to these guys, they're from up north. Yeah. Very few of them are from South Carolina. So, I don't know.
And they're making decisions for us all.
Exactly.
That's just... Well, you're from the north, too, by the way.
Allegedly, yeah.
Why don't you...
I grew up in the tundra.
That's a good thing.
That's right.
I said that I already made that joke earlier. But you know where that's from, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good thing.
Bernie Sanders, what do you think of people standing in bread lines? That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Well, those people are
that was in 2014,
but
by
now
the way.
they're trillionaires.
I love the way you leaned into the mic when you said it, just like Bernie does.
That's right. Yes. You want my hairstylist? You can't afford my hairstylist.
Which one of my hairstylists do you want? I've got 14 of them. 5 of them are near my 5 houses.
That's right. I don't own a comb, but I have houses. Communists don't groom themselves. What are you, bourgeois?
That's why I look like this. Because communism, they don't groom themselves. We don't care.
Yeah.
I'm holding my finger in the air when I'm saying this, like Bernie does. We don't care about the hair and how we look or how stupid we sound. We just sound like a bunch of idiots, and I'm going to hold my finger in there, and we got to get this done. AOC is the best person ever.
That's it. I did.
It sounds like a fucking retard.
I saw this. I admire this guy. He had this elaborate setup that he was hacking a flock camera at some corner, and the police came by, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm updating the malware on the flock camera here." And I'm like, the guy talks like Elmer Fudd. I thought Putty Cat. And you're supposed to. I want to side with this guy, but I'm like, he sounds like he's just like Kripke on. Like he's a Kripke character from the
I don't care what he sounds like. In that case, I'm glad he's doing it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
If he's putting up there, installing some sort of malware, that's great. Hacking it, and making sure it doesn't work.
Go ahead. What the other? I said go ahead, and then I started talking.
I fell for it too. It's kind of
the
like
thing with these flock cameras now what they're doing is there's people who are just holding up signs in front of the cameras. Like they'll take a chair and they'll just hold up a sign that blocks it.
Yeah.
And what are police going to do? You can't see shit because that's public property. You can't tell them to move. You can't tell them to stop blocking the camera.
Yeah.
So these guys are very smart. I thought about doing it if it comes to Myrtle Beach. I thought about doing that exact same thing. I'm going to take a beach chair. Maybe me and you can go sometime.
Sure.
We'll have a couple of appetizers and get some wings and just sit there in front of the flock camera with a sign.
And drink some Rebel Rabbit.
Son of a bitch.
No, we need to drop trow and take pictures from Dickinson Images and have signs made with that and hold it up. That's Dickinson Images.
Rebel Rabbit better pay us with as many ad reads as you're doing this whole time. Jesus.
Along with Dixon Images. Dickinson Images.
Oh, my God. Or we could just use the same name that I used before. I changed it to Dickens Images and say, "Hey, do you want to get your dick pics?
Dick pics. that's
you guys want your dick pics?
Hi, I'm calling dick pics.
Hi, we'd like to offer you some Rebel Rabbit because we won't stop doing ad reads, and we'd like to offer you a dick pic as well because I'm a dick pic guy.
That's
also, block these flock cameras if you would.
That's right. Get the flock out of here. Will you have any more issues to discuss today?
Well, I was going to go back to the Muslims thing.
Okay.
In Europe, this happened. So, and this will be my last thing. Mm-hmm. There was, a Muslim drove through the gay pride parade in Berlin.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy in Paris who had 2 knives, one in each hand, attacking women.
Yes. I saw that.
That's okay, I guess. That's okay. That's fine. But the problem is Reuters and Al Jazeera both said we don't know what caused it. It's unknown reason why he did that.
Oh, Lord.
You dumb motherfuckers. He said it on a video while he was being trapped down. He said, Allah told me to do it.
Yeah.
But both Reuters and Al Jazeera both said there's an unknown reason. We don't know why he did it. So it's just it's just so dumb. I'm sick of, again, how white women are destroying the West. And simps. So white women and simps are destroying the West.
That's right.
And that's another reason I think OnlyFans should be banned. Get OnlyFans out of here because it's making more simps.
How will I make a living?
Son of a bitch.
How will I make a living without dick pics?
I'm getting seriously tired of all these ad reads. I'm getting seriously upset.
I will be so happy if you start having an uptick in people, calling you for their weddings and stuff like that as a photographer. Are you the dick pic guy? Our wedding's going to be in August.
And I'd say, yeah, I am. How did you hear about me? Oh, we heard you from Tripp and Graham Have Issues, the podcast on Apple. We listen to Apple Podcasts a lot. We heard about you from there. Okay, I'll do your wedding. But can you please tell the guy that you heard this from? Can you please tell him to stop saying that?
It's Dickinson Images. For the love of God.
Oh, man.
Of course, then you might have an uptick of taking photographs of, what do they call those? Bridal showers or those bride nights.
You're talking about bridal showers. I'd love to give a bride a shower right now. I twisted my mustache when you said that.
That's right. Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. You have any more issues to go through, or are you waiting until we get in person so you can try to off me?
Yeah, I'd love to off again. I'd love to, especially with these dumb ad reads you're doing. I'd love to punch you right in the face. And the next time when you come back, we are going to be on Facebook Live, so everybody can watch me punch you right in the face.
There we go. That'll give somebody
these dumb ad reads you're doing.
People something to watch. All right, real good. Well, this has been another exciting and interesting episode of Tripp and Graham Have Issues.
Sun on the boardwalk, salt in my veins. Neon and gold cries, 2 men with 2 names. Trip shadows on the sand, watching the town show. They say behavior's excuse if the culture waves high, but broken windows stay broken while the dogmas fly. Lion mouths on TV promise clean hands and gold bands. Meanwhile, Texas pile like driftwood on the Grand Strand. Letters from the city tell us what we can and can't do. Zoning lines, permit signs, take another cut from you. We feel the tide pulling laws, marching like drums. Free speech muffled by fear in the county's thumbs. Conversations turn to courtroom fights on the pier. Every rule another brick in the house of fear. Tripp and Graham have issues. The ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues. They don't know what it's about. Waves keep coming, but the questions never end. Tripp and Graham have issues. Trying to defend. Graham raps back about labels tossed like bait. Everyone's got an answer, everyone's got a state. They're tired of politics, turning faces into fights. Of judges writing futures under fluorescent lights. They love the stretch of coastline, their porches and their pride. But regs and vines and council lines keep pulling at the stride. Property and voice, two things they wanna keep. Instead, they watch committees talk while promises creep. Tripp and Graham have issues. The ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues. They don't know what it's about. Waves keep coming, but the questions never end. Tripp and Graham have issues. Trying to defend. Two voices, one horizon, rust and thunder in their chest. They don't wanna erase a person, they want some rest. From politicians promising sons and delivering rain, from licenses and loopholes that fray the walking lanes. They stand shoulder to shoulder, not to shut the world down, but to keep their homes from turning into someone else's town. Screams of the gold, sirens fade into the night. Papers on the pier burn in the gutter light. Laws on the doorstep and the mailbox full of rules. Tripp and Graham sketch the coastline with their tools. Tripp and Graham have issues. The ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues. They don't know what it's about. Waves keep coming, but the questions never end. Tripp and Graham have issues. Trying to defend. Sunset on the Grand Strand, two silhouettes stand still. They argue for the future and the right to build a hill. The tide will test their patience, the council will decide. But Tripp and Graham keep walking, two voices at the tide.